I got an interesting post here with Laura Loomer. She said, Mandami got a better response from Trump than Zelensky did. And she was like, I guess no one needs to vote them out during the midterms. Why not stay home? I'll give you my take on that. It was intriguing. To me, this, I'm sorry, to me, it is emblematic of what Trump is. He's a con man and a crook. And none of this really means anything because they'll just, he's a con man. He just moves with the tides. He just like something blowing in the wind, blow in, blow out. Mandami doesn't need anything from Trump. Mandami is basically get the fuck out of my way. He didn't ask for anything. Trump is the one trying to put the National Guard in the streets and will deport him. For what? This is like when he threatened to arrest the governor of California. I mean, this is the same stuff of just mean tricks. I'll just use the law on someone who hasn't broken the law. Mandami stood 10 toes down, which is what he is. That's the kind of man he is. That's his character. In him understanding what the time is, what the moment is, that he represents socialism. He represents all of us. This is an opportunity to snatch the rose from the chains. The issue of Ukraine is of an indefinite duration. Putin isn't going to stop. We know Putin's got stuff on Trump. Fucking kids. We know this. No doubt about it now. They've spoke on that before. Which in a reasonable society, white people would say, doesn't that make him a national security threat? Forget about what's thinking about having sex with children. Forget about the morals. It's not a moral conversation. In a reasonable society, that makes him unstable. That makes someone we don't know what they have. Or it's not open public what he has. So doesn't that mean that we should seriously look at that? Congress should have hearings on that of like what is, not just having sex with children, but the fact that maybe people have stuff on him and he's doing things at their pleasure. He's doing things to stay out of trouble. Extortion. The issue with Ukraine, they ask for money. And that's not a one-off thing. And that's also not an issue most Americans even understand. I don't think most Americans follow. I don't really follow what's going on in Ukraine. That's a national security issue. And I just don't, now if Russia attacks America, we'll come back and have this conversation. If Russia bombs us, we'll come back and have this conversation. If something happens publicly or Russia's like, we're going to, if something happens, I'll take it back. But as for now, of November of 2025, I don't think most Americans follow you. I think there was a moment there. I think some of the bigger battles maybe. And I only follow it because the little bit I know it's I follow NI's criminal court. I believe what they do. I respect what they do. That's different. That's because Russia is committing crimes, war crimes. That's different. That's not because I'm following Ukraine. It's like if you follow the police, call out police Facebook or something, and they're like, oh, there was a crime here. That's how you know about it. Not because you care about that area, because you know what they're talking about. So I think that and they're asking for money. They're asking for resources. It's like a money pit in a way for Trump, because Trump doesn't care about NATO. He doesn't care about your European allies. He doesn't care about this thing with George Bush where it's like the coalition of willing. Trump don't care about that. He doesn't. He attacks his own people. So you understand, this is not your granddaddy's president. This is not a presidency of like decorum and this high hollowed office. Trump don't care about that stuff. He's pimping this government. He's pimping white people. They love him for it, to be pimped and cheated. So that's I hate to sit here and reason with Law Loomer. That's why he can look at, and also what Mondani does, I think it's also the fact that none of these big cities like Trump. Maybe he thinks that by like playing with Mondani that like I don't know, he can get in with them because he needs cities. He needs support from the cities to do what he's doing. This blood and earth, scorched earth, blood and soil fascist shit, like he did with Eric Adams, giving him a deal. If he needs that, he needs these people to work with him, talk to him, and not this what we've been talking about, silent secession, quiet secession with the governor of Maryland, other governors meeting every day, like, hey, what's the worst case scenario? What's the worst case scenario? He needs, and maybe he feels like if I work with him, like a baby, if I work with this young person now, then down the road, maybe he'll be like, all right, I work with Trump. He can't attack Trump. Mondani had to work with Trump. He had to have that conversation because socialist, and that's his character of standing strong for the people, being strong. That he's got to step out. He's got to be accessible. But standing out and attacking Trump or yelling at Trump in the White House would not have benefited the citizens of New York City anyway, any meaningful, positive way. I don't think anybody in the Northeast would lives would be made better by him getting in a yelling match in the White House. It's beautiful because the people who are like logical understand that, or I think they understand that this is Trump. He's a showman. It's all a game. He'll like go one way and he'll like dodge, and it's just like he's just with the moment. None of this will last after he's gone. Thanks for listening.